about this man. This man that had a plan even before I could get up and stand. Now, he didn't have just any plan. He had one that was specifically meant for me. It fit like a perfect puzzle piece. But I didn't find that piece of the puzzle until I was a senior in high school. Those were the days when all I knew were drinking and smoking, and honestly thought that they were cool. A stage in my life where my favorite thing to do was getting high as a kite and sipping on that Jack, never looking back without even realizing that the stuff I was doing is actually taking me on a backtrack. But the thing is, he never stopped pursuing. He kept chasing after me, not even taking to mind the things that I was doing. Because his focus was just on me. You see, he had a plan for me even when I was down on my knees saying, God, why me? But then something happened and I was set free. I no longer have this bondage or shame, because when I actually met this man, I was never the same. It's like I'm the same picture, but in a totally different frame. And now I'm like a lion that you can't keep tame. Because I am changed.
Come on.
I once was bound, but he broke those chains.
Yeah.
And I'm never going back. There's nothing left for me back there, because nothing can compare to this newfound love that I felt.
Wow.
I had ice around my heart and he stepped in and made it melt. This man that died on the cross, how could it not be heartfelt? Crown of thorns they placed, this unimaginable pain that he embraced for me and you, undeserving of such an amazing grace. If you haven't gotten it by now, this man is the furthest from ordinary. He was born of a virgin named Mary. He walked on this earth and he raised a man from the dead, and we're acting like this is just another story that we've read. It's so easy to take him for granted. Like looking at him for the fruit before the seeds were even planted. And seeking his hand instead of seeking his face, and acting like he is your Lord, but you ain't even spending time with him in the secret place. Now, I don't want to get off on solitude because that's a different subject. But I do want to share more about this man who loved me even when I felt like a reject. Those moments that I thought I was all alone, but little did I know that this man was always with me. He just wasn't somebody I could reach on my phone. Thankfully, a relationship with him is much deeper than a 10-digit number. I had to realize that, like a phone call, it works both ways. That saying I love him is more than just a popular catchphrase. Once I was able to comprehend that all I had to do was reach out my hand, that's when he picked me up to where I was able to stand, and he started revealing his plan. But the crazy thing is, and it didn't happen until he knew I was ready. And that's where we lose it, because we think everything's supposed to happen on our time. But he's waiting on us to finish the climb and stop getting distracted by every single boo, so he can pick us up and show us the view. Because all the same things that he did for me, he can do for you. Because this man, he's amazing. This man is more than a man. He is God.